Good evening. My name is Kevin White, and I'm excited today to give you some information about something that was started a while back in Kalamazoo, Michigan called the Kalamazoo Promise. I'm going to give you some information about that. I'm going to give you some data and some details. I'm going to give you more feedback on how much the Kalamazoo Promise has changed the landscape of just the city of Kalamazoo and education in Kalamazoo, and the young men and women who are blessed to receive the scholarships. I know we have some students in the class that aren't from Kalamazoo, Michigan, and have probably heard about the Kalamazoo Promise, but I'm here to give you some more information and give you some detail, maybe break it down, what the real facts are about the Kalamazoo Promise and how it's changed the landscape of Kalamazoo, Michigan, and around the country. We have people that have changed their landscape of their education and how they do things and how they base scholarships for high school students and youth all over the country. They've started a thing called the Detroit Promise. For example, in Detroit, Michigan, it's 2 years free to any junior college for any young man or woman who goes to a Detroit public school. Now, some of us that are from the state of Michigan understand the dire straits that the city of Detroit's in, so that's a small step in the right direction. But again, I'm here to give you information about the Kalamazoo Promise. It's very important to me, being a local citizen of Kalamazoo, how much it's changed the city. It's been amazing. So we'll get started. The Kalamazoo Promise is for all students from Kalamazoo, Michigan, in the surrounding areas. K through 12 is 100% promise. 3 through 12 is 90%, 92%, 95% promise, excuse me, and all the way down to 90, 80, 85%. Now, you have different factors that go into the Kalamazoo Promise. For example, where you live. You want to go to one of the Kalamazoo area high schools. We have 3 high schools in Kalamazoo: Kalamazoo Central High School, Laurie Norris High School, and our alternative school, Phoenix High School. So you can attend one of those 3 schools for 4 years and get a certain percentage of your tuition and fees covered. One nice thing about the Kalamazoo Promise is it has changed it keeps evolving. For example, when the Kalamazoo Promise first started, it was only for Michigan public schools. Michigan, Michigan State, Eastern Michigan, Western Michigan, Central Michigan, Fair State, schools like that. Since then, 4 or 5 years ago, the Kalamazoo Promise has changed their parameters and now it's opened up to all private schools. So, for example, I work at Kalamazoo College. Kalamazoo College is one of those schools. Hope College, Aquinas College, is one of the schools that you can now attend tuition and fee free if you go to one of the 3 Kalamazoo high schools. Now, you say, well, what if my son or daughter wants to go to a private school first and then enroll in the high school later? You can still do that and be eligible for the Kalamazoo Promise. You can still maintain your years starting as soon as you enroll. So, for example, if you enroll in 6th grade, it is 80% of your promise will be covered tuition and fees. So, let me back up a little bit. What does the promise cover? Well, the promise covers either a 4-year degree or 130 credits, whatever comes first. Now, with that being said, you have 10 years to get that done, which is really amazing if you think about it. So, for example, let's say out of high school, you don't know if you want to go to college or go to community college, but you get offered a job and make money, and you decide not to want to go to school yet, and you work for 2 or 3 years, and decide, well, I want to get a promotion at this company, but I have to get my bachelor's degree. You still have that Kalamazoo Promise money sitting there for you to go back to school and get that 4-year degree paid for, tuition and fees, whatever percentage you started K through 12 or 3 through 12, whatever. So if you're K through 12 and you don't use your promise right away, it's still there a couple years after you're done with high school. I've learned a lot of students have gone that route and done some really, really amazing things. Someone like myself who works in athletics at Kalamazoo College, we actually have 2 young men on our basketball roster from Kalamazoo, Michigan, which I could tell you firsthand, they would not be able to attend Kalamazoo College and pay the tuition and fees without the Kalamazoo Promise. So for someone like myself, we've used it in recruiting and we've used it to help identify young men that really want to stay close to home and go to school and have their tuition and fees covered. Now, I was able to, and I was excited when I found out I could do this, I was able to meet with Vaughn Washington, who is the executive director of community relations for the Kalamazoo Promise. And one thing he told me, and I asked him, was, is the Kalamazoo Promise ever going to stop? And he stated to me, the Kalamazoo Promise is set up to never end. So for all you young adults out there in this class that are looking to start a family one day and are looking to maybe move to Kalamazoo or you already live here, 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, the Kalamazoo Promise is set up through the committee of people that are on it to run forever. So to think about that as we get older and have a family, a lot of families have decided to either stay in Kalamazoo with their young families and live here and have their kids get the K through 12 promise, or I've met some families that have left Kalamazoo living wise, let their kids stay here and go to school, and the parents make the commute back and forth. So we've had both of those scenarios go on with a lot of families. Mom and dad keep the house here. Mom or dad work in Grand Rapids or Battle Creek or whatever, and they have their kids go to school here in Kalamazoo to keep the drive, keep the Kalamazoo Promise, keep the Kalamazoo Promise going. I'm really excited about that. I think it's great for a lot of families. I think it's changed a lot of landscapes for a lot of families trying to save money for a family of 5 or 6 kids. If you live in Kalamazoo and you've started and stayed here the whole time, all 6 of those kids can go to school for free. In this day and age with finances and tuition is only going to go up. Just some numbers, just for some tuition. For example, University of Michigan is $54,000. Kalamazoo College is second at $42,000. Your son or daughter could go to both those schools if they go K through 12, tuition free, and get a top-notch education. Now, with that being said, you can also go to smaller community colleges like Kalamazoo Valley and get those things taken care of part-time. Now, you would say, well, what if I don't want to go to a school like in Michigan? Well, a lot of students will enroll in Illinois, Indiana, schools like that, and they can come back in the summer, live with their parents, and their Kalamazoo Promise will cover their tuition and fees in the summer as long as they're enrolled in a Michigan school. Now, in conclusion, I will say this. It is great that Kalamazoo Promise isn't going anywhere. It does cost money. The people have raised the money, have done an amazing job. They've spent over $66 million already in 10 years on the students in the Kalamazoo area. And of course, that number is going to continue to grow, but I think it's a bigger impact of the lives that they're having on the students, that they're changing their lives and getting them free education as long as they maintain their GPA and their academic standing. You have to maintain a 2.0. You have to be in good academic standing, which means you can't get removed from school in those kind of situations. Again, my name is Kevin White, and the Kalamazoo Promise has changed the landscape of education everywhere.